Marlon is now joining us live from outside the Prime Minister's residence. Marlon, what's happening on the ground right now?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go on, we can.
Yeah, there have been protests in front of the PM's house for the last 2 hours, and the police have been firing tear gas, waves after waves of tear gas, and they've also attacked a few journalists. Right then, as you might have seen, the PM's house has been set on fire, and right now the things are relatively calm. Protesters are heading home. It feels like some people who are running here, but yeah. Just give me a second. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, Marlon, can you just show us the round at the moment, because we believe you're outside the Prime Minister's residence. If you can probably flip the camera over or just pan the camera around so we can see what's going on around you.
Yeah, I actually came out for a bit, as in, so as you can see, that's where the Prime Minister's residence is, and you can see some protesters who are still lying around.
Has the fire at the residence of the Prime Minister been brought under control? Has it been doused?
Yes, the fire brigade came in about half an hour ago, and I think the fire has been completely doused now. Yes.
Okay, and how big was this fire? How massive was this fire?
It was quite big. It was quite big. I think most of the residence has been destroyed, but I haven't actually been there after the fire now.
Okay, and were there people inside the Prime Minister's private residence when this happened?
When it happened, people came outside, but they haven't reportedly there weren't anyone inside.
Okay, so no one has been injured. Everyone's safe.
Pardon?
No one has been injured. Everyone's safe, so to say.
Yes, I haven't had any reports of any casualties right now.
Okay, all right. And where is the Prime Minister, Marlon?
That is also not clear. We have no reports. Well, I haven't seen any reports of his whereabouts or the president's whereabouts.
And how did things, I mean, were you witness to what happened exactly in those moments when the protesters set the residence on fire? How did things get out of control?
Well, as you might have seen throughout the day, the protests were happening in front of Gotabaya, and medium. And sorry. So I'm gonna go out for a bit. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go on, Marlon.
Yeah. So things were basically, as you might have seen on TV, in front of the presidential secretariat and the president's official residence. Protesters were pouring in from all over Sri Lanka since morning. And there was a huge crowd in front of Goldface Green, and so the protesters were basically they stormed both the secretariat and the official residence, and then I think the protests were peaceful up to this point, but the police at the PM's residence, when a number of protesters came here. The police used a lot of tear gas and water cannons, and they actually assaulted a few journalists. And through social media, this assault was basically it spread like wildfire. And after that, we had people from the other protest sites coming near.
Who assaulted the journalists, Marlon? Who assaulted the journalists?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Who assaulted the journalists, you said?
This was the police, and there is video evidence. I was also actually there. I couldn't video the thing. I was because I was running back because the tear gas and the police were coming, and they were attacking journalists. So some of them, they were actually admitted to the hospital. So after that, when word got around that the journalists were attacked, then we had a lot of protesters from other protest sites, agitation sites, coming to near the president's, the Prime Minister's residence, and that's when things got, I guess, escalated a little.
So basically the protesters just barged into his residence and then set it on fire?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Basically the protesters just barged into the residence, the private residence of the Prime Minister, and set it on fire, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the thing is, I was not, I mean, I was there when the fire took place, but I didn't know who set fire to the PM's residence. So
Okay.
that is not still clear.
And why is it that the people continue to be so angry on the ground, Marlon? Because the Prime Minister earlier this evening did announce that he will be stepping down.
Yeah, I think the issue, I mean, in my opinion, the issue is throughout the day, that we got conflicting reports from the Prime Minister's office saying that he will resign, and then there were reports which said that he won't resign. So right now he has put out a tweet saying that he's willing to resign and and hand over transition power into an interim government. Yeah, so that message of resignation was not really or clearly communicated to the protesters, I feel. I think that's where I think that's where things got a little out of hand. And
Okay.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa has not also, the president has not handed in his resignation.
So all of these protesters, Marlon, what are they planning to do? Are they going to camp in Colombo until they get the resignations of both the President and the Prime Minister?
I think lots of people here will be staying until the resignation happens. I'll be heading over to the main protest site in a while because I think they're all kind of eagerly waiting till the resignations are announced officially. I think most of the protesters will stay in Colombo and camp in Colombo until these resignations happen. Yes.
Okay, so they're going to stay in Colombo until these resignations happen. But what's happening otherwise? Why is it that Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, despite announcing his intent to resign, is not resigning?
The thing is, it's not very clear. I mean, again, this is my opinion from what I've seen on his Twitter account and his the announcements from the PM's office. For me, it's still not clear that he has resigned his post because it's just, there's just a Twitter message, or he has just put out a tweet saying that that he's willing to resign and he is willing to facilitate a transition of government. So I guess that can be read as a resignation, but it's still not clearly communicated, I think.
Okay. Marlon, thank you so much for, of course, reporting for us from the ground, and stay safe.